On the 7th day after leaving London, I arrived in that corner of America where my ancestors migrated from England more than 2 centuries ago. The upper reaches of the Miskatonic River north of Dunwich. Recently, my great-uncle Septimus Bishop, who went missing almost 2 decades ago, lived here. During this time, the house has hardly changed. The plaster has slightly peeled off, but the door was open. In the absence of the owner, no one entered it. All the furniture was in place. There was an open book on the desk in the office, and if it hadn't been for the thick layer of dust and mold, one would have thought that people still lived here. My great-uncle didn't bother to bring any electricity or gas into the house. However, the radio was humming strangely, as if it was connected to a network. After a long drive, I just wanted to sleep for half an hour. What's going on here? Then I saw something. It had no face. Damn, it's just a dream. To get everything I needed to put my house in order, I had to return to the village. Arriving at the place, I went to the only department store in the area. It was located in a former church building. It seems to me that you're a stranger. I'm from England, but I had relatives living here. Well, choose a product. You don't often see a stranger here, and the sales are not big. And who are the relatives? The Bishops. Maybe you've heard? What? The Bishops? Are you saying that you are their relative? No, I replied. I'm Septimus Bishop's great-nephew. The house is over there on the mountain. Then the store is closed. But I would like to purchase something. You can take your money back. I'm not dealing with Septimus Bishop's family. Why are you so pissed off? A lot of things happened here because of him. But you're not going to his house. None of our people go there. Leave the house alone. It's a skelly place. Now go away. And I arrived here on the rights of his legitimate heir. He's been killed. People, the ones who live next door, they both got killed. And you get out. And to hell with your goods. I'll go. My grandson showed up. You bastard, you bastard! On this gloomy note, I left the store, vowing that from now on, I would only go shopping in Arkham. I decided to learn more about my grandfather and his work. Grabbing old files of the Arkham Advertiser newspaper, that's where I read it. There is still no news of Septimus Bishop, who disappeared from his home near Dunwich 10 days ago. Mr. Bishop was not married, led a secluded lifestyle, and was known locally as a witch doctor and sorcerer for his supposedly supernatural abilities. The very first of the letters struck me with amazement. It had no address and was titled Starry Wisdom. That's what the letter said. In the name of Azathoth, by the power of the sign of the shining trapezohedron, you will comprehend everything as soon as you summon the spirit of darkness. Wait until nightfall and do not turn on the light, for he who follows the path of darkness does not show himself and shuns the light. You will learn all the secrets, heaven and hell, all the mysteries of worlds unknown to those living on earth. They'll open up to you. At the end was the signature Eisenach Bond. And one more thing, dear Mr. Bishop. Yes, by applying the Durrell formula, you can see the inner city at the magnetic poles. When you're in Dunwich, come visit my farm and I'll tell you the formula for Durrell. Aliens from the air can't do without human blood. As you know, they get a body out of it. Strange sounds, maybe it's rats. Then I went to the basement. I need to inspect the whole house and assess the scale. It was cool and smelly, thick fog and a musty smell. It was so caustic that I ran out of there to catch my breath. It's a little scary here alone. Suddenly, I had an irresistible desire to leave home for at least a short time. The day was in full swing, and after hours of sitting in a musty room, the need for fresh air made itself felt. I reached the old bridge. Only the middle span has been preserved from it. I was standing and looking at the bridge, trying to determine its age, when suddenly it got dark, and turning around, I saw huge gray rags of rain clouds. A thunderstorm started, and everything went dark. Then, this middle flight collapsed from the waves or just from old age. It's strange, as if he waited for me to drown in front of my eyes overnight. I hurried home. But my gaze fell on something white lying far ahead on my shore, almost at the water's edge. I went there, and what I saw there was a complete surprise to me. When I looked around, I saw a human skull. It was as if he had been mummified. The skin is dried up. The expression is thoughtful. He was looking at me. I even felt dizzy. But there's nothing to do. I'll put it in my bag. I think the police will figure it out. I took him down to the basement so that I could take Bones to Dunwich in the afternoon and maybe even to Arkham. It never occurred to me that the authorities would hardly be happy with such a find, and that it would have been better for me not to collect these bones at all, but to leave them there on the shore. I continued to search for information about Grandfather Septimus. The rest of the letters were in much the same vein, representing messages of the most esoteric kind. They treated mystical matters that occupied the minds of people in the Middle Ages during the heyday of all kinds of superstitions and sank into oblivion with this era, and therefore meant nothing to modern man. What my great-uncle cared about them, unless, of course, he specifically studied the problem of the revival of mystical cult practice in our days, remained a mystery to me. I've read every letter. My great-uncle was greeted in them on behalf of the great Cthulhu, Hastur the Ineffable, Shub-Niggurath, Belial, Beelzebub, and so on. It seemed that old Bishop's correspondents were nothing but healers and charlatans, as well as self-taught magicians and priests who had broken their oath. Who was called by these people? What kind of creatures out of thin air need a human body? What are the cosmic gods? It's all weird. I decided to have lunch, but the porridge is already moldy. It stinks like a basement, and it's like someone is walking around the house. I went to visit the sheriff and tell him about the skull. Hello? Why are the police closed? You know what? It's none of your business. I wanted to know if there was any cemetery on the riverbank beyond the old bridge. I've never heard of it. Bones. You found the bones. I didn't say anything like that. I've not been to any river. Where did you find them? Throw it into the river immediately. As you can see, I don't have any bones. Get out of here. Bishop's brat. Come on, I just wanted to visit the police. Get out. Get out of here quickly. I decided to visit the local priest. His name was Abraham Dunning. I am at your service. Have you come to repent? Tell me, Reverend, have you ever heard that there are witches in the vicinity of Dunwich? Many people here seriously believe in witches, warlocks, and any evil spirits from the other world. Did you know my great-uncle, the late Septimus Bishop? No, he died before I came here. I have a bishop family among my parishioners, but I don't think they're related to him. These are simple, illiterate people. Besides, there's no physical resemblance between them. My grandfather Septimus Bishop's house is on a mountain. I've read about these places in old newspaper files. There are many mysteries and events. Sometimes they're just awful. Septimus disappeared under strange circumstances. The neighbors still avoid the house. Superstitions. Someone saw something, interpreted it wrong. Rumors. All this has created an aura of mystery around the Bishop family and this house. What do you know about the bridge? The parishioners' occultists came to the bridge and performed their rituals there. Many scientists have been there. They say it's an anomalous zone. Everyone has their own opinion. What do you think? I think it's God's will. I can't speak for everyone. The administration wants to restore it and use it as a ferry. Reverend Dunning let me go with obvious reluctance. It was obvious that in this wilderness, he was terribly longing for the company of educated people. The radio was still buzzing, as if charged from a thunderstorm. I went down to the basement to look at the skull, but the unexpected happened. He disappeared from the bag. But how? Who turned off the lights? I had to bring a flashlight. It's good that you brought me here. He looks just like Bishop, but who exactly is he? Ambrose, William's son, Peter's grandson, and I am your great-uncle Septimus, grandson. Look what they've done to me. How are you still alive? It's impossible. Trust my experience. It's real. Science does what the ignoramuses call miracles. Have you been walking around the house all these days? I heard these sounds all the time. Not really. My companion was looking after the house while I was lying under the bridge. I don't really understand what to do now. Wait a minute. No. We'll have to give him some more time. I woke up in a terrible sweat. Was it guidance, or what? Almost at the same time, a new newspaper, the Arkham Advertiser, was published. It said, "The Dunwich disappearances are a new wave. 18-year-old Seth Fry, who worked on Howard Cole's farm north of Dunwich." Why are we sitting here? What are we waiting for? Don't you understand? The Bishop family is committing their atrocities again. Do you want more victims? No? Then get up and get it over with. This Bishop family home, this is a fiend from hell. Forever and ever. Otherwise, we're all in danger. Both old and young. Go get this Bishop. I'm just going to get the gun. It's in the barn. I was trying to put it all together. And the alleged skull of Septimus. And strange rituals or experiments. Aliens from the air and a portal to an otherworldly city. Even about Cthulhu. But something was weighing on me. Some kind of premonition. Damn. Well, grandson, your time has come. They won't leave you, they'll bury you. But you have one way out, and I'll show it to you. I'm all right? Is it not my fault? They don't know what they're doing. They don't believe in science, but they believe in ghosts and magic. You're like Giordano Bruno now. Run to the basement, take the book there, and read it. Read everything you have, all these texts. That's the only way you'll survive and escape. Clutha. Virato. Louder and clearer. Imagine what you're reading. Clatu virato. I have no idea what it is. Rayav tag nagav tag. Clatu virato.